¿Qué tal, amigos? This is Obi from Eleva. Today we have a good podcast. We got an upcoming event on March 19th with Real Estate Roundtable. Today our guest is Kyle Hood with Natural State Property Management and Arkansas Real Estate Collective. We're going to have an awesome conversation with him. But before that, I want to let you guys know that this podcast is sponsored by Wooten Customs, home renovation and residential construction. Whenever you guys need something fixed or a new project, don't hesitate and give them a call. Welcome, guys. Did you guys survive the tornado today?
I did. I was up outside like any other Arkansan looking at the sky. Y'all don't get up, do you?
Usually if I find out there's one, but I was out.
Oh, you were?
Only because my phone went off.
Mine too.
But why 45 minutes before
Yeah.
it even came?
Wow.
Yeah, mine was shut. And I put mine on silent, do not disturb. And it still just,
Yes.
overrode everything and just beep. And I'm like, what the heck? And then tornado. What I did, I just opened all the windows from my room, just making sure if I see tree branches, then I'll, hey, guys, we got to go to that middle room. But that was pretty much it. So we were up for about an hour.
Yep. Same here.
My wife was texting a few people, though. I almost texted you, but I saw you already on the thread. Like, I'm over here watching it.
Yeah. Got to keep the kids safe. I'm not really scared of it. I'm more of a fanatic. I like the storms and stuff. So just not at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 in the afternoon, that's a little different than getting woke up 2:30.
That's funny how they're always at night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess let's wake everybody up, But I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen if there's any damages or anything. But
I don't think so.
I'm hoping that nobody was hurt or any property was damaged. So
I mean, maybe a roof or two, Jonathan.
I know he's gonna get a couple phone calls today.
Yeah, Jonathan was noticeably silent on that one.
Where you're like, yes, I'm gonna get some phone calls.
Before I used to get really excited with storms and everything, especially I don't want the whole tornado thing, but I do like a little bit of hail damage. I want some hail. So I'm pretty sure the car industry, like the body shops and all that, they want some hail too, so they can fix some couple cars. But I haven't got that excited about hail. I guess since we've been staying so busy, it doesn't really matter. But we haven't had one in a while. We always get these little small ones and all that. It's not like over there, like in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas. They get it quite a bit. What will be the other place? They get it pretty good. Beebe, Bologna. They get it pretty good over there.
Wow. Well, before Kyle, why don't you tell us about yourself, a little bit of your background? I'm excited about this event coming up about property management. There's a lot of people that have rentals and I think it's going to be a really good night. But before that, tell us a little about yourself, and then why don't we all grab a donut? Our friend Yao at Shipley Donuts, makes an amazing donuts. So whenever you guys want a donut, I mean, he has a line anyways every morning, but check it out.
Thank you, Yao.
What did you bring, Randy? Kolaches or whatever?
A dozen mixed.
Hand one of those over.
There you go.
Randy wants to
Check y'all's
breakfast.
temptation.
Yeah. He's like, not fit today.
I don't know if you guys knew about this, but Jonathan doesn't like sweet stuff. Are you gonna do sweet stuff to this?
That's why I brought him kolaches too. See.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. For the podcast guys, for you guys.
He's breaking his.
What do you think, Randy?
Well, you're on games.
I'm gonna let you pick my donut.
What would Jonathan like?
I know which one I think he would pick, but
okay, which one do you think I would pick, and which one do you think I should get?
I don't know. You don't really like sweets, huh?
No.
What about cookies? You like cookies?
Yeah.
I'm not guessing. Maybe this one over here that looks like a...
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite right there. Yeah.
What is that?
So if he's gonna go for it, he's gonna go all the way. Like a sugar covered. It's probably a cinnamon.
So the Mexicans, donut places and bakeries, they have one like that.
It's a sweet bread with sugar on it.
I always like those and all that. And when I get donuts, I like getting glaze.
Yeah, glazed.
Every now and then I'll get chocolate, but this is first, that's second, and that's third.
Oh, you like coconut too?
I'm a sprinkle guy.
No, not coconut.
So I do sprinkles. I'm gonna get one of these over here for my protein.
I didn't get the jalapenos for you.
No. Yeah, we had a lot of jalapeno last week.
Oh, so Randy made us do
Nah, I didn't make you. Y'all started that.
Randy, we can go back and watch that video.
Yeah,
okay?
It was Randy.
Come on, guys. Come on.
It's like alcohol. I try to push it on everybody.
Yeah, he brought all this, what is it, spicy, whatever, I don't know, super spicy.
A couple different challenges and stuff that had different hot sauces. And it all started with Jose from La Munchies bringing the aguachile, which is shrimp and all the fixings and stuff like that that's super spicy.
Yeah.
And he brought it, and I brought some hot sauce to the next one, and they drank the hot sauce like it wasn't anything. I'm like, nah. So we went to Eureka Springs, and I bought multiple things that were just like over the top hot. Yeah. And I think I got you last week, didn't I, Obi?
Yeah.
You got all of us. My stomach
bad.
Oh, your stomach was
I had a
bad.
headache later that day, too.
Yeah. Y'all didn't talk about that on the podcast, but that's okay.
Want a napkin?
Well,
it being
it was
hot.
afterwards. Though.
Oh, I got you
yeah,
after?
Yeah. During it, I was okay, but
We didn't get any waters or anything, huh?
No. I'm good, though.
Yeah. I'm not going to.
You want water?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, so let's get into this. Let's talk about the Mr. Kyle Hood here.
Yeah. How did you,
Get me to start talking, but fill my mouth full of food. So that sound really good.
yeah.
Just smile real big and have a piece of bread stuck in your teeth.
So real estate, like,
Yes.
was that something you always wanted to do? Did you do something before, or real estate was your
It's
thing?
a little funny. My wife is from here. Her family, her dad's Boyd Osborne. They've had flowers, etc. They came here in the late 1970s or early 1970s, and actually, him and his wife were both school teachers, but they had always done flowers and antiques and stuff, and so they actually followed his uncle down here to work in a church, and so he actually passed away yesterday, but Bethany's uncle did, and they started Flowers, etc. Been there for forever. Me and Bethany moved here. We met in college, moved here in 1st of 2001. So I've been here now basically 25 years, here longer. We were actually working with a church over at Arkansas Tech as college ministers. And part of the deal with that was another church started taking it on. It's like, okay, hey, if a church's taking it on, then I'll step aside. And then we weren't supposed to have kids, and then all of a sudden we had a kid, and so I then had to start working and finding something. So Bethany's dad was in real estate, so I thought, well, I'll try that out. Was in real estate for about a year and a half, and knew I didn't know enough. And I had a title attorney take me on, and I basically did the legwork of putting together a title company in Western Yell County, then Conway County, Perry County. I still was selling real estate at the same time. Oil and gas hit. I followed that, being a landman, leasing up people, researching minerals. So I have a really good knowledge of title and how that works. The other was I was fortunate in my position in the oil and gas of going to the Oil and Gas Commission every month and doing a report on it. And so I actually got to learn a wide scope of it, not just a very small scope of what was going on in Arkansas. And so during this whole time, that was also, 2001, we had the financial meltdown in 2008. If I start jumping too many things, just kind of tell me. I'm going to kind of give you a history. We had, as a real estate offices, and here we had 6 different developments going on at various price points in the market all the way up to 2008, and then everything shut down. And so now we've had basically in the last, Jonathan, you can say we've had a couple. One out at Shiloh, and now that's been built out. And then we've had over off of 12th Street, and that's the only thing we really pretty much have that's a development right now. So that's how much our market has changed in that sense. So back to the oil and gas, that was easier to make a day rate, trying to make something happen. And then I kept up my real estate, did that. I was on the road. Actually, it was 2012, and I'd be in Kansas during the week, then home on the weekend. And my kids, my oldest was 12 and 8 and 5. And, I saw the writing on the wall. I'm either going to be divorced in 10 years, won't ever have my kids see me, or I can come back home and try to start it all. So I restarted my real estate again. And then I also had started property management at that time just to develop another cash flow. And so in the meantime, also in between all this, me and my wife, we've been married almost 29 years. We've moved 17 times.
Oh, wow.
And so you name it on how to remodel a house, flip it, fix it. We have done it. You know, if there's been a mistake, we've done it. So that also led me, you know, back to, you know, I said about the 5-6 different developments going on in Russellville. You know, if you go back on to how real estate brokers would work, they would always make their money off of their real estate agents and then take that money to go develop other subdivisions. Well, that paradigm has changed. And so my thought was, okay, well, I will develop property management to develop cash flows that I can go do a development in a subdivision. You know, that's still the goal. I'm not there yet. But that was kind of my thought process of how it kind of led me down the path to get into property management. So it went from having, you know, my own rentals to having 5 to 10. Then I had grown it up to a couple of hundred units. Then had the opportunity of being a partner of buying out Ford Property Management, having to learn that whole process, try to build that reputation up, get it into a standard, and then now we replicate that again, and I've done that with Russellville Property Management. And so,
Nice.
Wow.
so that's kind of a roundabout way.
Yeah, you have experience.
Could you hit that fan?
You sure? I mean,
You're melting me.
I don't.
I'm
We'll have a little
yeah,
buzz.
I had this, yeah, I'm melting right now.
Is it going to make too much noise?
It won't make or break it. I mean, I don't know it's there, but
What can we turn on the air in here then?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like the whole building
Like
thing.
you're cutting this part out, but like I'm melting. Yeah. Literally dripping. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can open the door.
That's
I mean,
a little bit better. You warm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Better?
I feel good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Sorry.
So it-
was that answering, or was that kind
yeah,
of?
no, that's great. I mean, if you're watching, you need to be with us on the 19th at the Real Estate Roundtable because you're gonna get some good nuggets there. So, how many units are you guys up to now?
We're probably managing a little over 1,500.
Wow,
Wow.
1,500.
Yeah.
I want to ask how do you do that?
That's really what when I come and speak to everybody about whether you need a property management company or not. I've been in business long enough, and I'm talking about whether real estate or property management. And this is kind of like in life. You try to find people who want to help you, and I'm not those where somebody's taking advantage of you. It's where a win-win situation, or they're not trying to hold something over your head, just genuinely trying to help you. And property management is, okay, the bigger you get, or this is like anything, the more systems you have to have in place. And the more it has to meet these certain things, or if not, you get a snowball effect. I'll tell, you know, I told you, if there's been a mistake about rental properties, I'll say it myself. For example, I had 1 rental property, then 2 rental properties, 3 rental properties. You know, unless you're paying cash for everything, which, I mean, I'm going to raise my hand. I do not have cash for everything. And you're using mortgages or debt to finance your stuff, the greater you get, the better you better have with your systems, because all of a sudden you don't have just 1 AC unit go out or 1 hot water tank go out. You've got 3, and you may be able to cash flow and pay for 1, but then if it's 3 or if it's 5, and it all happens, because, you know, if something bad happens, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better have that in place. So with property management, the systems that we have, and then being able to then report to the owner, report to the tenant of what's going on very quickly, then you're going to be successful. So it is a very fast paced. You can ask Randy. It's a very fast paced industry, because something is always, I shouldn't say, going
Something's
wrong.
always wrong.
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
So it's a people industry. You're there to fix and provide the solution. And so just like in the roofing.
Yeah.
And do that cheap enough that the owners still have what they need at the end of the month too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's called that would be a service, and obviously the customers, the homeowners, you know, they want a good service, and when you own rental property, you know, you want a good deal. You want a good deal, because at the end it needs to be cash flow. If there's no cash flow in it, then what's the point in having it? You know,
Then it becomes just a headache flow.
a headache. Yeah.
And that is, that's back to having the systems in place. And so,
Yeah. No, I actually, I'm in a property of one of you guys right there, and you guys get there pretty quick. Randy fixed my siding there. I called him.
he does make us look good.
Yeah. You also need, contractors that way too,
Yes.
to help you, because at the end it's a whole team.
Yes.
You're the way the business is a whole team, but obviously right now, hearing you talk and everything, it seems like you got your hands dirty. So you're able to run the business a little bit more efficiency, and people can't tell you, hey, it can't be done. Oh yes, I've done it. Okay, I've done it.
Yep.
I've learned the hard way,
Very much so.
Actually, and then it's not until you own some property, when you really find out that maybe property management, it's a good idea. I don't have nobody. I'm doing it myself, but we talked about it, and that's my next goal there, to get with you guys and let you guys run it, because when you're running a business, you don't want those headaches too,
Well, but both of y'all are self-employed when you're having to do all the things of the business, all the different things that you have to do, and then you're trying to then have to go take out hot water. Cause I used to do everything myself, lay the floor, paint, all the construction stuff. But then, okay, which is the time value of money on it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be a trade-off on somewhere.
Or a tenant that you couldn't get out.
Or a tenant. Yeah. I've been. I don't want to brag about it, but I've been late a couple of times, and I've seen those nasty lighters at my door.
Yep.
Be like,
I was referring to the tenant. To the tenant that you couldn't get out.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying I've seen the letters too, that you guys sent out and everything. That's a good strategy. I like that. Definitely. So.
Yeah, I think it's good to have someone in between the owner, because things can get personal sometimes, and they meet you, and let me give them a chance, and then
break,
you get taken advantage.
Well,
I'll tell you from my family's, because my family, they run the properties we have in California, and we did have a management company, and my dad thought it was too expensive, and so he did it again, and he just has the headache again. So my brother's
you coming from an owner perspective of anybody, a lot of times, that's why they've started having the properties, because they've taken care of their money and they know how to do their stuff. And we have that struggle where owners want to come in and start doing their own or handling their things, or they take it back because it's too expensive for them. But then more times than not, they'll come back to us because it is back to, okay, I forgot how much the headache was, or the pain of it, or one tenant will definitely do that to you.
I get some gray hairs on you. Yeah, we had a person we couldn't kick out for 12 months, and they knew how to play the system, especially out there in California.
Yeah,
COVID was a big deal, and they were playing the COVID card, back in those days where couldn't really get them out of the apartments during that, and it was a even worse nightmare because you had the government saying, "Hey, you can't do this right now,"
But that is also a part of a good property management company, and that's what we've been trying to develop more and more, is if you know what's going on in that unit, and, I call it reading the tea leaves. It's kind of like people with credit or whatever. If somebody's consistently late 2 or 3 months in a row, or all of a sudden, you need to be following up with what's going on with you. Hey, got sick family member, job's not going as well. Also on the same side of us going in and inspect, we inspect our properties quarterly, once every 3 months. And that also, I call it back to reading the tea leaves, seeing what's going on. If all of a sudden, hey, you didn't notice that your sink was dripping underneath and we got damage there, or, hey, where did this animal come from all of a sudden? Those are kind of the things that benefit the owner, but it also benefits the tenant. Because if we have a certain standard that is there, then they're keeping the property up better. Then if they like the property better, inevitably they're going to be there longer.
They're going to take care of it more if they like it more,
Yeah. No, I think you guys are on top of it. Just because my father-in-law had moved from another property management place that he wasn't happy with, and he kind of got me to kind of in the middle sometimes. And you guys are very communicative. That's very great. And phone call quick, and I think that's really good.
my ultimate goal on it is to create it like a hotel experience. I mean, you've got certain expectations when you go in there and stay overnight. Yes, this is a much longer term, but if you have that same kind of expectations throughout the whole thing, then and you treat everybody right, then the business is naturally going to be there. So
Yeah. I have a question for you, but does anybody else want to build on what we're talking about right now? Or?
No, go ahead.
What do you like to do besides real estate and management, like a hobby, fishing,
yeah.
bicycle? I don't know. Like tap,
I'll
skydiving.
I'll answer it two different ways. I have a membership out at the country club,
Oh, golf. Okay.
and I've only really used it because my sons wanted to use it.
Uh-huh.
And so that's like my New Year's resolution is, hey, I'm going to slow things down enough and then go, I've got a guy in my real estate office that's where all of his clientele comes from, is because he plays golf and he goes and fishes. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling myself that's what I'm going to do. And, that's like one of those resolutions that do not happen. I would say that my hobby probably really is my family. Like I said, been married 29 years. My son is now married, been married for a little over a year. They live half the world away right now. My daughter just graduated U of A last May. She's gotten accepted into Lyons College in the dental school. Arkansas has not had a dental school, and they finally did last year, so she'll be in the second class of that. So very proud. And then my youngest, she is a senior at Russellville High School, plays on the soccer team. I would say, so getting to follow her around, with that. I would say that this past year, my closest thing to a hobby, I got to play over in the basketball league over in Dardanelle all winter long. And so, and if you can't see me, I'm a tall fellow. so that's what makes it. That's what makes it fun.
For sure.
So I've been trying to convince Jonathan to let's get into softball, but that's a hard no. Yeah. And I don't like to do some things I don't like to do on my own. So all right, we'll see.
I would like to, but we got ourselves in so many events,
that's
so many
what we
things
said.
going on, and
It's a commitment
it's
for sure.
a commitment. So but I really would like to join some type of sport or something. I do.
Or maybe basketball in the winter. That's when it's a little slower.
Yeah.
Now it's
That's
outside
fun.
the whole time. I mean,
outside.
we're not playing inside.
Oh, yeah.
It's over outside beside the
You must
Dardanelle
have
City
good
Park.
knees then.
So,
Yeah, because
I say all this, but when you play left bench most of the time, and then those boys are tired, and you just go in for like 3 minutes. That's all you need when you're 50.
That's what I need. You're
That's
50.
true.
I was going to ask you that. How old are you?
This month I'll be the big 50.
50 looks good on you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
Yeah, that was
Like a bad rash.
That was really good too. I like the hobby with the family. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Well,
We're focused all about family too, all of us in here. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, like I have a 14-year-old. He's in with the Cyclones freshman. I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
So you have older kids. What do you recommend to me right now?
You think you're busy? It's fixing to kick in, but they're fixing to get driver's license, and you won't see them anymore. I continue to soak up that time and pour into them. Whether they think you cool or not, they're listening, and that everyday thing will pay dividends later on.
Yeah,
So.
my kids are 3 years apart. So my son's doing his thing. Hey, Dad, he closes the door. I'm going to have a computer gaming challenge or whatever. Then my middle daughter, she's doing the flute. So the only one lingering out is Joy. And she's like, Daddy, he's jumping at me. So I'm still like holding on to that because I know it's going to, she's already kind of graduating into doing her own thing. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about every day.
Oh, they're 25, 22, and 18. So about 3 years apart as well.
His are a little bit older. Mine's 19, 2 18s, and a 14.
Yeah.
So and then yours are both younger kids. So
So yeah, Lisa, right? She's still like Daddy, and and I know if he
they still want to hug you. Yeah.
No, Jimena, she kind of
like Lana too. I felt that because Lana used to
moments.
Dad, and then she started growing, being a little girl. She's like, don't get too close or the kiss or whatever.
I figured it out by the time Arden had come along. I was like, okay, you have to hug me every day till you're 12. So, I told her 13, and it lasted till 12. So,
Yeah.
at least I got my hug every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids are great. They really are great.
Yeah,
it's
that
kind of
family is
like
pretty important. I think that's when you notice that you've
Matured.
you've gone older. You feel
Yeah.
you're maturing and all that. When you learn that family time is very important, and people always chasing happiness. I don't chase happiness. My happiness is
My
see them
kids' happiness.
smile, see
Yeah.
them enjoying. Dad, we like this. Whenever I make a meal, because I'm not a cook or anything. So if I make something and they liked it, that's my happiness. Like, all right, good. I did something okay.
Well, that's what this is back to when I was doing oil and gas work, and that's what it hit me was a lot of these landmen were either divorced or out at the bar every night, and they had nobody. And I was like, that's just I am providing a good income for my family, but that didn't get. And so nothing like being there every day. I mean, even if it is, having that meal. I mean, those are the little things that matter later on.
That's good that you noticed that. I used to be. I'm still a workaholic, just not as bad as I used to. I used to live at work and be there all day. You met me during that time, that stage of my life. But I was hustling. I guess that's what you were doing. You were hustling. You were putting your time in. I think it's very important, but it's also very important to catch it in time and let your kids know. Because sometimes kids can hold a resentment. You were never there, but they forget that you were providing like a man should. Providing for their family, but you also need to catch it, and that's why I believe early in life you should focus, working hard and everything. Maybe stay away from partying and all that. Focus, because then you're going to have these kids, and you need to be, once you have those kids, you need to be ready to slow down and start taking time for your family.
That is, I want to say that's something that me and Bethany has done right. Especially with us not supposed to have kids, and then us having kids. And it's like, once you decide to have children, you don't have a right to yourself. I'm not talking about, you've got to go provide them with the latest and greatest and just keeping up with the Joneses. That's not what I'm talking about. But you've got to pour yourself into them. And that's what it's really back to why I've got into real estate was, hey, I needed to provide. And on the second side, as men, it's easier for us to say, hey, this is where we get our identity from. And, that's always a fine line of your identity, but then also taking care of your wife and your family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
excellent.
And because they take care of you,
Yes.
just in turn, very, very much more so than we realize.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely. I think thanks for that. I think we all had that point, you see yourself in the future and where you want to be. You said, if I stay in this kind of business, I'll either be divorced or my kids won't see me.
Yep.
So you made a change and it worked out. I think that's a lot of, that's a good thing for us men to kind of look at, the future and where we're at, and then just roll with the punches. It's like me. I made a move from California.
yeah,
And figuring it all out the last few years here, but we're excited to be here, meeting these guys.
Yeah. That's with being in real estate and seeing the mass exodus from out west to here, and that is the repeated theme is slowing down enough, being able the affordability of being able to raise your family, getting to be involved in them, and being, lack of a better word, out of that rat race. So,
I agree. So, okay. Well, I know we have this upcoming event, and I'm gonna hand it to Randy. Yes, the 411.
I don't have the 411.
yeah, come on, Randy.
Cal's providing, or Arkansas Real Estate Collective, they're providing the space for us to do it in the conference room, the Real Estate Roundtable. Let's pack that thing out.
It's on the 4th floor.
It is on the 4th floor. Yep. I'm going to assume before we do it that we'll figure out how to guide people.
Arrows.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best way. And
It's easy. Walk in there on the beside the coffee shop.
big cup.
That's what I was
And
thinking.
then walk down the hallway and then hit the button to the elevator and go up to 4th floor and you'll find it.
Or if they
And
want to
so-
walk, do some cardio.
Yes,
VIP.
the cardio.
Yeah,
So 6 p.m. March 19th.
that's right.
A new guest is free, right?
That's
For
right.
first-time visitors.
That's right.
And then there's a
Membership fee if you come back, $20 a person. Isn't that what we did this year? Is $20?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you think $20 is like a lot, the knowledge you'll get is priceless for $20. And this doesn't go to anybody in particular. This just goes for the cost of it takes to hold these events. You know, we got someone on making flyers and posting, and honestly, this is all to be invested back into the community, creating more leaders, more entrepreneurs, so that these kids that graduate from college or people wanting to move here, they want to be here because there's opportunity, and that's what everybody's creating right now with their businesses, jobs, innovation, the banks.
Back into bragging on to Abington, why not here? And that's part of what this is. So believing in Russellville.
Definitely.
Yes. The $20, it's not a lot for the knowledge that you're getting, for the headache that you're saving. Because I've had a lot of headache that, those $20 is a lot cheaper than a couple thousands of dollars,
Yeah, for
Making
sure.
some mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm going to assume that we're going to get together and discuss feeding them as well, since there's not really a place to eat there. I would assume that we may cater some food in so that people
Soon
have
after
something this time,
we'll go
and
for that too.
And if this works out good, maybe Mr. Kyle and them will let us continue to have those meetings there,
we'll figure something out.
We've got enough. Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to see the little spot up there, and then getting to be up on the 4th floor. You get to see all of Russellville.
Nice.
And it's the tallest building there, and so you getting to see the view right there. It's pretty neat to see.
Were you up there with when the eclipse went on and everything?
Yes. We've been up there. Been up there twice for New Year's Eve.
Oh wow!
And so
okay.
but up there when the eclipse, my son actually, he proposed to his wife up there.
Whoa,
and so
that's
it was pretty neat. So.
Now, on the rooftop, does it have the capabilities of having a rooftop lounge in the future? Because I know there's a little opening in the front of the building.
I could start talking about the 500 building. Me and my partner's Will Wetzel. Everybody knows him.
Yeah.
And so we both in getting that remodeled. The kind of the history, that building was built in 1924, and the lady that did it was an Arkansas lady, but she had run to Texas, had a bunch of debt, came back into town with creditors after, and she built the building, and then they were part of the partners of it. That building is nothing but concrete. And so it has 4 levels on it, but in the 1960s, she was about to put a 5th story. So it can have a 5th story. That's why that elevator shaft goes up 6 stories. Well, that happened to be when the interstate system came in as well. So before, that used to be the only thing on Highway 64 between Fort Smith and Little Rock. So it was a good stopping off point. But when the interstate came in, that was the beginning of the end for the hotel, the Pearson Hotel. And so
that was a hotel.
Yeah, it was beginning as a hotel. We've got little cards that still show, $2 a night. And it's people from New York, all over the whole country.
Yeah, that was
all
64.
stopping on Highway 64. So it has a good history.
They stopped first at Old South, get a
yeah.
bite, and then crashed.
Yeah,
there.
when y'all get over there, because I can keep talking about it, I have the original plans, architectural plans, with an outfit, I believe, out of Oklahoma City. But it had a revolving door there on El Paso. So you would get people off of the train, then walk up off of it, and I don't know why you would take out a revolving door off of that place, because it had some cooler architectural features on it on the first. Then whenever they remodeled it, it was gotten rid of. Well, I want to say what it was when they expanded 64 right there and made it 5 lanes instead of being 2 lane. They had to take some of the stuff off of it. So back to it was just
the history is pretty cool.
very neat. So
I do got.
So it could have, in the magic money tree, we could put a 5th story up there and be a restaurant or a lounge, and it'd be very, very cool.
Yeah.
So.
Hear that, Wetzel?
That is right.
You like
we are. Yeah, we have dreamed about it and talked about it.
That's
So.
great.
Awesome.
I do want to bring something up,
Yes.
This might bring a little tension to here. So, I guess there's people, they're not too happy about painting it, huh?
Oh no, that's people let us know that they did not. A little fun fact on that: actually, the paint color on that building is the same one as that's at the Capitol Hotel down in Little Rock, and so we've actually, after it all happened and done, we had a lot more people brag about it. But it's also, with wonderful social media, it's called the 24-hour rule. You know, people are going to light you up.
Yeah,
You know, and you just have to, you just have to let it go.
I've heard it,
So,
and the reason I heard it from people is people that they're really into the history.
Yeah.
They like the historic. They like the original. And I've done some work for these people.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're really, but I'm both ways.
Yeah.
I like both.
well,
Now that you
it came
mentioned
down
that.
to an economic thing. Because we had looked at just creating it back to original, but in order for it to been a historical, like I'm going to talk about the windows, they would have had to been an 8-pane wooden window. It would have cost us close to $1 million just for windows. And
Yes.
I don't know if you got that, if you got that magic money tree or not, but
And the government helps
just
you
does
a
not.
little bit, but it's only
But
like
no,
30%, I believe. Huh?
Yeah,
So-
very, very minimal. The other thing, then we could go into like that brick. You've got to treat the brick, and we would have had to went in and done a whole lot more stuff just to the brick of how it was as compared to how we've got it sealed and all of it. So we did it to the best of our ability, and then the other is I'd be happy to write me a check, and we'll be happy to let you finish it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was very happy with the way the process went with painting. It looks like you guys hired a good crew because it wasn't just a slap on,
No,
it was the whole preparing. I mean,
Yes,
it took,
That was expensive in
people,
itself. Yeah.
I'm guessing people will be like, man, I would have got done with that painting 3 years ago, but I knew that it's a historic place. I didn't know that paint was the one like that. That makes more sense, and that brings now. I hope people are listening to this. That brings more value to that.
Oh yeah,
building.
yeah.
All that.
That was also my wife. And this is back from their decorating it and all of it. That's why we've been able to move and fix up houses and stuff. Is just knowing paint schemes and how to make things look well. That's not counting all the rental properties and the fix and flips we've done. That's just us actually moving. So,
I want to know how much guys.
Why do you have PTSD? Paint.
Yeah, man.
Good deal.
Well, guys, if you guys are following so far, we have this event on March 19th at 6 p.m. at the 500 building for the Real Estate Roundtable. Kyle Hood is going to give you a couple secrets or how-tos on, I think choosing.
Well, on when to hire a property manager or not. This is me asking you all because I really, of who y'all have had here, I can start to nerd out then on math formulas of, in having a rental property, there's 4 different values that you can take away from that. Is that something that I need to be bringing different little math formulas to show you, hey, this is kind of a rule of thumb on whether this will be a good property for you or not, or what you all were.
Yeah, just everything. I think that your knowledge,
maybe like the most important 5 points, that people can take.
All right.
The knowledge. I mean, you've got enough flip knowledge to know to guide the people when it's a good buy or a bad buy. And then
in the real estate side, I tell people, hey, if I don't know the answer, I'll find it for you. But I'll also tell you, if that property's not good, that's the same how I'm going to with the property management with people is, you probably need somebody, or no, you're doing great, you're doing better than I am. So
that you're gonna bring us knowledge, why we should, and because you believe in your system, so you're going to educate us. Like we were talking the other day on a podcast, I only have 2 property. And I told I heard that you didn't need a property management if you only have 2. Randy told me, no, you should. It'd be best. Know that.
Right.
I did not know that. Yeah. So maybe you have some insights why also, even if you have 2, why is good. I kind of got an idea of it just because I can focus better on what I'm doing. Yeah. Make more money at what I'm doing than messing with one of my properties that I'm making half of what I'm making, So, but you can bring that insight for us that night.
All right.
Yeah, and I would imagine that they have a better way of getting or vetting better tenants for your property and all that good stuff, Because if I did it, I'd probably put a sign. I don't know who I'm getting a phone call from. Sometimes, I've done it with my dad. Like, you feel a little weird. Oh, we got to run your credit. We got to charge you $35. And then you're like, it's better. For me, it's better for someone else to do it. That's what they do,
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm pretty stoked about that. 19th, it's going to be fire.
Yeah, definitely. And I know it's been picking up fire since we started. Like last time we had a full house. and then we already have the next few months scheduled. So I think it's something that's gonna be ongoing, and it's gonna bring a lot of value to the community. So I don't know if you guys want to add anything else. Usually when we're ending the podcast, I like our guests to just throw a message out there to anybody watching. A lot of people that watch us are entrepreneurs, leaders. Maybe they're like sitting there like, I want to do the next thing. How can I decide? Some of these people that work 8 to 5 or whatever, they want to do something. So maybe anything from the heart you want to say to anybody watching.
Mm-hmm. That's back to just on the end is asking you all what you wanted me to talk about with property management. Come find out. I'll tell you if you need somebody or not. The other is, hey, how do you get that first property? Well, we'll talk about that. A lot of it is just taking that first step. But it's really first step or just asking the right questions. That's back to, I'm going to tie this back into how I got into real estate. I put myself through college, paid for it, did all of it, but it's a Bachelor of Arts degree. All right. What is that really going to do for me when real life happens? So I've had to figure out what I needed to do to put food on the table. And so my thought has always been, okay, if it's something I can learn more and it's able to provide or do something, then I'm going to be it. That's back tied into what do I do next? Well, keep asking the questions and then just jump off and do it. And then, when you mess up and hopefully it's not, and it won't be the final mistake. You only fail if you stop. That's a kind of thing. You just have to pivot and keep trying and hustling. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
That's perfect. I like that.
Yeah.
Because you really only fail if you stop 100%.
Yeah.
You get knocked down 8 times, you get up 9 times,
Because life happens. There is no rosy, sweet,
Yeah. No, excellent. Knowledge is power.
You will be humbled.
Yeah. You got anything you want to add, Jonathan?
No, everything's perfect.
I think it was great. That was good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us today on Eleva. And once again, we want to thank Wooten Customs for sponsoring this podcast, home renovations and residential construction. Give them a call. Amazing work. And thank you for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.